Have you ever had a return that looked simple in the moment and then turned into an inventory mess later on? A customer brings something back in store. Your team refunds it. Everybody moves on. Then later that day, your online store sells that same item, except the stock count was wrong and the item was damaged or it got restocked to the wrong place. That is exactly why returns and exchanges matter so much inside Shopify POS. They are not just customer service moments. They are inventory moments. And if your process is sloppy, you can end up with bad stock counts, frustrated customers, and a whole lot of cleanup later. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through how to set up Shopify POS returns and exchanges the right way, so your inventory stays accurate across your retail store and your online sales channels. What's going on, everyone? My name is Eric Hunsker, and on this channel, we cut through the fluff to help you run a smoother e-commerce business. So by the end of this video, you'll know how to process returns, how to handle exchanges, how to avoid the most common inventory mistakes, and what setup steps matter before your team ever touches a refund. Let's get into it. Why returns and exchanges matter more than most stores realize. A lot of merchants think of returns as a necessary annoyance, but a return process does two important jobs at the same time. First, it protects the customer experience. If a shopper needs a different size, got the wrong item, or simply changed their mind, a smooth return or exchange can still leave them feeling good about your brand. Second, it protects your inventory accuracy, because every return affects stock. Every exchange affects stock. Every refund decision affects stock. If your team accidentally restocks a damaged product, your inventory is wrong. If they forgot to restock a good item, your inventory is wrong. If they process a return at the wrong location, your inventory is wrong. So the goal here is not just to make returns easy, it's to make them consistent. Step 1, set your return policy before you touch Shopify POS. Before we even get into buttons and workflows, you need a clear return policy. That means deciding things like how many days do customers have to return an item? Do they need a receipt or order number? Can final sale items be returned? Will you offer refunds, store credit, exchanges, or all three? Does the product need to be unopened or in original condition? If your policy is vague, your staff will make judgment calls every time. And that's where inconsistency starts. One employee says yes, another says no. One person restocks the item, another marks it unsellable. That is how stores create confusion for both customers and inventory. So make your policy clear, train your team on it, and make sure customers can actually find it on your website, at the register, and on receipts if possible. Step 2, make sure your Shopify POS setup is actually ready. All right, now let's talk setup. Inside Shopify, returns and exchanges are not just about having the POS app installed. You also need the right operational setup in place. That starts with staff permissions. The employees handling returns should have the proper permissions for things like refunding orders, processing exchanges, and handling store credit if you plan to offer it. Shopify also ties some advanced workflows to specific settings and permissions, including store credit and certain return-related actions. Next, look at your location setup. This is a big one. Returned items are typically restocked to the location assigned to that POS device. So if your store locations or device assignments are messy, your inventory will get messy too. And if you want to offer store credit as part of your return strategy, make sure that feature is configured properly in your admin before your staff tries to use it at checkout. Shopify supports store credit and gift card style refund workflows, but those options depend on setup and eligibility. So before you ever run a live return, check 3 things: your policy, your permissions, and your location setup. If those 3 are dialed in, everything else gets easier. How to process a return in Shopify POS. All right, let's walk through the actual return flow. A customer comes in with an item they want to bring back. Your first job is to locate the original order. Inside Shopify POS, just go to the order history and find the sale. Usually that means searching by order number, customer details, or receipt information. Once you open the order, you can begin the return workflow and choose which items are coming back. This is where accuracy starts. Make sure the item in front of you matches what was actually purchased. If the order includes multiple items or multiple quantities, be careful to select the exact item and exact quantity being returned. After that, Shopify POS will let you choose whether the returned item should be restocked. This is one of the most important decisions in the whole process. If the product is still in sellable condition, you can restock it. If it's damaged, worn, opened in a way that makes it unsellable or missing parts, do not restock it. That one toggle determines whether the item goes back into your sellable inventory. And again, that restock happens at the assigned location for that POS device, which is why location setup matters so much. Then you choose the refund method. Depending on the original payment method and your setup, that could mean refunding back to the original payment source, issuing store credit, or store using a gift card-based refund workflow. Once you review the summary and confirm the return, Shopify updates the order and adjusts inventory based on the choices you made. That's the key point. Shopify can absolutely help keep inventory accurate, but only if your team selects the correct options during the return. How to process an exchange in Shopify POS. Now let's talk exchanges. An exchange is basically a return plus a new sale in the same flow. The customer brings back the original item. You locate the original order. You select the item being returned. You decide whether it should be restocked. Then, instead of stopping at the refund, you add the replacement item to the transaction. Maybe it's a different size. Maybe it's a different color. Maybe the customer wants to swap into a more expensive product. Shopify POS then calculates the difference. If the new item costs more, the customer pays the difference. If the new item costs less, you can refund the difference or handle it according to your policy, including store credit if that's part of your setup. Shopify POS supports exchange workflows, while certain return rule and advanced in-store settings may depend on your plan and configuration. From an inventory standpoint, this is important because two things happen at once. The original item is either restocked or not restocked, and the new item is deducted from inventory. That means exchanges are one of the fastest ways to create stock errors if your staff is rushing. So train your team to slow down and verify both sides of the transaction. Returned item, replacement item, restock decision, payment difference. If they got those four things right, your exchange process will stay clean. The biggest inventory mistakes to avoid. Now let's cover the most common ways that stores mess this up. The first mistake is restocking items automatically without inspecting them. Just because something came back does not mean it should go back on the shelf. If it's damaged, dirty, incomplete, or clearly not sellable, do not restock it. And the second mistake is ignoring location assignments. If your POS device is tied to one location, but your team assumes the item is being added somewhere else, your stock counts across locations can drift fast. The third mistake is letting staff improvise. A return process should be boring. That's a good thing. Every employee should follow the same steps every time. The fourth mistake is treating no receipt returns casually. Shopify also has unverified return workflows in some POS setups, but those come with plan and permission requirements. If your store accepts no receipt returns, make sure there's a clear rule around manager approval, refund limits, and how to issue credit instead of cash back. How to use return data to improve the business. Returns are not just transactions, they're feedback. If you keep seeing the same product come back, pay attention. Maybe the sizing runs small, maybe the item looks different in photos, maybe the quality is not where it needs to be. Shopify gives merchants ways to review return-related trends and return reasons, which can help you spot recurring problems. That kind of information is valuable because it helps you reduce future returns. And fewer returns means better margins, fewer support issues, and less inventory confusion. You can also use return patterns to improve staff training. If one team member handles exchanges smoothly and saves more sales, figure out what they're doing right. If another team member is creating restock errors, coach them before the problem grows. Keep the process simple. A lot of stores overcomplicate returns. You don't need a complicated system. You need a consistent one. So here's the clean version. Find the original order, select the correct item, decide whether it should be restocked, choose the right refund or exchange path, complete the transaction carefully. That's it. The more repeatable the workflow is, the fewer inventory mistakes your team will make. And one quick side note here, if you've relied on Stocky in the past for inventory workflows, Shopify has announced that Stocky is being phased out after August 31st, 2026, with merchants being moved towards Shopify's built-in inventory tools and POS inventory workflows instead. So this is a good time to make sure your native Shopify return and inventory process is in good standing. So if you want to get started with Shopify, we've got a link for you down in the description where you get a free 3-day trial. After that, your first 3 months are just $1 each. So again, use that link down in the description to get started with Shopify. Returns and exchanges do not have to be chaotic. When your Shopify POS setup is clean, your team is trained, and your return policy is clear. The whole process becomes much easier. And more importantly, your inventory stays accurate. That means fewer oversells, fewer stock mismatches, fewer awkward customer conversations, and a smoother business overall. If you take one thing away from this video, let it be this. Returns are not just about giving money back. They're about controlling what happens to your inventory next. So again, if you want to get started with Shopify, we've got that link for you down in the description below. This is an affiliate link, which means we earn a small commission if you use it at no extra cost to you. And it's these commissions that really help the channel and allow us to continue to create free content just like this. So if you end up using it, we thank you so much in advance. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss another video. Here on this channel, we're dedicated to helping you succeed with e-commerce, so be sure to subscribe. But other than that, thanks for watching, and we'll see you here in the next video.